angels, welcome back to another one of my readings. I hope this finds the people that is meant to find this. I do believe that if you're watching this video, it's no coincidence. This was supposed to find you for a reason. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Jada. I'm an energy channeler, and I am here for the greatest good of all of us in this collective, sharing insights from your highest angels, from your guardian angels, from your guides, from your spirit team, from your ancestors, from the divine source itself, from the universe, and from your higher self. I'm here to give you hope that your higher self is already where you want to be at. All I ever want to spread on this channel is positivity and giving you confirmation for things that you already know. And I hope for most of you, you guys already know how successful you're going to be. Like, it's already written in the stars for you. It's just a matter of keeping faith in that and getting closer to that version of yourself. So with that being said, I am going to jump right into the cards. I already pulled a few cards here. So I do feel like with us nearing the end of this year, and whenever you're finding this, this is meant to find you, so this is a timeless reading. But if you're finding this when I'm posting it, we are nearing the end of this year. And it's crazy because I feel like a lot of changes and a lot of shifts are happening right now before this year ends. It's like the final reconstruction I'm hearing of your life, because in 2026 your life is going to look completely different. And if you haven't already made those changes or shifts this year, it's going to happen for you whether you want it to or not. We pulled the 2-2 spiritual awakening card. It says shift or be shifted. The angels are telling me that this isn't a choice. This change, this shift is going to happen regardless if you want it to happen or not. This is going to find a good amount of people in this collective, but I do feel like a lot of you guys have already let go of these things that don't match your vibration anymore in this old timeline. For some of you guys, there's still things that you're holding on from this physical reality that don't resonate with you anymore, that don't resonate to this newer version of yourself anymore. And you're still holding on to certain things that can't come with you on this new timeline. And I'm here to tell you that if you don't let go of these things that you know are not for you anymore, I feel like you know exactly what I'm talking about when I'm saying there's certain people, there's certain places, there's certain environments that are not for you anymore. And it's time for you to let that go. Because if you don't let it go, the universe is going to do it for you. And I don't think you want the universe to do it for you, because that's usually when it ends up more chaotic than it needs to be. Instead of you just being in a flow state and going with the flow of the universe and following the path of least resistance, right? So it'll be a lot easier if you follow what the universe is telling you to do. If you follow the signs that your angels are guiding you with. There's signs that your angels are giving you. You just have to pay attention to them. It's like you already know what you're supposed to do to enter this new chapter, to enter this new era of your life. It's just a matter of you taking the action to finally do that, okay? Now, the first card from the tarot deck that I pulled was the World. So this signifies some type of completion of old karmic cycles. So with us ending the year, I do feel like you're finally wrapping up these karmic cycles for good. By the time we enter this new year, these old energies that don't resonate with you anymore and these old karmic cycles that don't resonate with this newer version of you are going to be left in 2025. All these past 9 years of karmic cycles and karmic lessons are going to be left in this old timeline, because we're entering a new decade, I want to say. Even though it's in the year of 2026, 2026 is the year of the one. It's the year of the horse, where things are going to start picking up very quickly. Okay. With it being the year of the one, I do feel like people's grandmothers can be with us in this reading right now. I'm feeling very ancestral energy right now as well. Oh, I'm getting chills. So anyways, that could be confirmation for somebody. There might be grandmothers on the other side that are trying to communicate with you, that are trying to give you some type of confirmation through this reading. Okay. Now, where was I? So let me find it. Yes, the year of the one. So, chosen one energy. This is going to find the people that are the chosen ones of their bloodline, of their lineage. Now, I feel like a good reason why your ancestors are with us in this reading right now is because these ancestors are calling on you to break the generational curses, to step into your power that you're conscious that you have. A lot of this collective knows the power that they carry. You know the power that you carry. You've experienced the power that you carry from a very young age, I'm hearing. I feel like you've always known since you were a child that you carried such power to you. And this was shown to you in little ways, but I feel like 2020 could have been significant too. This could have been when you had this like first initial spiritual awakening, like the initiation of this journey, right? Now, I do feel like 2020 is significant. So from 2020, from here on, like these past 5 years, I do feel like there was some type of calling. There was an initiation that happened where you were chosen. You chose to be the chosen one in your bloodline. And now you're at a point where nothing can stop you from following this path of being the generational curse breaker. So you will know if this reading is for you. That alone should be confirmation for you that this reading is for you. You will know if you're the generational curse breaker. If you're the black sheep of your family, you don't fit into your family. You've always felt like almost like an outcast, not only in family, but in friend groups, in any social setting, in school. You always felt invisible, I'm hearing. You always felt like an outsider. And there was a reason for this. There was a reason for this because you were not meant to walk the same path as these other people. You were not supposed to be another one of the blind following the blind, nor were you supposed to be the blind leading the blind. You were supposed to be that leader with 2020 clear vision. That was your purpose here. That is your purpose here. And that is why nothing can stop you from following this path that you're already on. Even if you feel like giving up, even if you feel like this isn't the path for you, there's a reason why you've continued on this journey thus far. Because you have a purpose here. And for some of you, you can only grasp how big this purpose is. For some of you, you think it's only regarding like helping a certain group of people. But I do feel like this is on a huge spectrum. The amount of help you're supposed to do for this planet Earth, I feel like you don't even know, or you can't even grasp right now in your mind that this is way bigger than what you can even imagine. This whole purpose for you is way bigger than what you can consciously grasp with your mind right now. But I do feel like you're stepping into an energy that is able to grasp this concept that You're here to do bigger things than you actually understand, Okay, I know that a lot of you guys can already have that confidence, right? I was called to wear this yellow bracelet, which has a lot to do with the solar plexus chakra. That confidence, that power, that enthusiasm, right? Like that passion. I do feel like this is a collective that has already tapped into that, not to their fullest potential yet, but has already tapped into somewhat the power that they already carry. But I don't think you've unlocked your full potential or your full power yet. I do feel like on a certain level that your purpose here is big and you're supposed to help a lot of people in this lifetime. But I don't know if you actually understand how big that purpose is here for you. Okay? We did also pull the Chariot, which speaks a lot about victory and being in your throne, right? This is a very powerful energy. This is exactly the energy that I'm talking about, where people are looking up to you. People are inspired by you. It's like you carry such inspiration and motivation for people when they watch you. And this is why you deserve to be seen. This is why you need to be seen by other people, because you're shifting the vibration of this planet. That is your purpose here. You are working in a collective energy that is, you're a part of this collective that's supposed to shift the frequency of this earth to enter the new earth. Stop looking at the numbers, I'm hearing. Stop looking at the numbers. Stop comparing to other people. Stop comparing to other people's platforms. If you're a content creator, or if you're on social media, don't compare your numbers to other people. This could be money. How much you're getting paid. I'm getting a download too. If this has to do with a job that you already have, I'm hearing stop comparing your pay to other people's pay. Other people's pay has nothing to do with your pay. Your pay is what you're worth, whereas somebody else's pay is what they're worth. Now there's no one that's better than the other. It's just a matter of how conscious you are to actually allow yourself to receive what you think you deserve or what you're worth, right? So if somebody is getting paid $20 an hour, and so you're going, okay, I at least need to be paid $20 an hour because they're getting paid $20 an hour. No. You need to be thinking outside the box. You need to aim for what you think you're worth. Now, what you think you're worth might be completely different to what somebody else thinks they're worth. And that is the whole concept of this, okay? Everybody is the same. It's just a matter of them being tapped into how valuable they are. Not everybody has tapped in to the conscious awareness of how valuable they actually are, that everything that they need is already inside of them. But I do feel like this is a collective that has already came to this realization that everything you need is inside of you. Now, if somebody thinks that they deserve to get paid $20 an hour and they never ask for more, that's on them. That's what they think they're worth, and so that's what's going to be reflected to them by their outer reality. Now, just because that's somebody's reality doesn't mean that has to be your dream or your reality. You can create your own dream. You can create your own reality. So whatever you think you deserve or that you're worthy of being paid, you ask for that. You ask for that. Because that's what you're worth. If you believe you're worth that much, that's how much you're worth. You know? And watch that be reflected back to you when you demand that. When you know that you're worth so much, that is what you're going to be given. Because why would somebody treat you less than what you're treating yourself as? It's the same concept of love or money. When you know you're abundant in money and money is always flowing to you, you don't ever have to worry about how much you're spending, because you know either way there's an abundance and it never stops coming in. Same thing with love. You have so much love to give and pour into other people that you never have to worry about, oh, I'm giving too much or I'm loving too much, because you know that all that love is going to be poured into you some way, shape, or form. And that can come through different sources. But either way, you're going to get that back tenfold. It's the same thing. Money is just a frequency. Money is a spirit. Money is an energy. Same thing with alcohol. Money is a spirit. Money is an energy. And same thing with love. Love is a spirit. Love is an energy. Love is a frequency. They're all energies. Everything is energy. It's just a matter of how you're using that energy, how you feel towards that energy, right? If you feel negative towards the frequency of money, towards the energy of money, why would money feel safe enough to come to you if you're afraid of it, or if you feel like it doesn't benefit you? Why would money be attracted to you if you're pushing money away? Because you have these negative thoughts and negative beliefs about money. It's the same thing when it comes to love. If you have a negative thought about somebody, or if you don't feel safe in somebody's energy, and so you're guarded, why would somebody continue to build something with you or continue to be magnetized towards you when you're not genuinely or fully loving them? Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen where people accept that kind of love, right? Conditional love. It happens everywhere you look, right? It's very common. It's a lot more common than we know, actually. What's actually rare is that genuine, unconditional love. But only people that are tapped into their value actually receive that. And people that are tapped into their value and their worth will not be attracted to anybody that hasn't stepped into their power or worth. That's the frequency I'm talking about, that high vibrational frequency, the one that your higher self is already living in. Now, a lower vibrational person would accept the bare minimum, would accept disrespect and breadcrumbs from somebody that loves them, because that's what they think they're worth. Now, it's the same thing when it comes to all areas of your life. Energy flows in the same way. Okay? These are just the laws of the universe. Now, if you know, you know. If you're tapped in, then you're tapped in. If you're not, then get tapped in. Okay? Then we have the Temperance card coming out. This is the energy you're stepping in. You're in your winning season. You've completed all this karmic debris that you were paying off for years and years on end. But you have completed these karmic cycles. You have completed anything that was reflecting a lower vibrational version of yourself. You are in your peace. Let go of the worry. Everything is already on its way to you. Everything is already flowing to you. You know this. You've heard this before. You can feel it. It's just a matter of the timing. When is it going to happen? But that's not up to you to worry about. The divine source, the source, God, the universe knows when it is perfect timing. Everything is always in perfect timing. Everything is always in divine timing. There was no such thing as wrong timing. Everything is always happening at the perfect moment. It's just a matter of you trusting source. I feel like we need to take a deep breath and let go of all of our worries. Let go. Breathe in the trust that you have for Source. I trust where you are taking me, angels. I trust where you are taking me, Spirit. I trust that the path that you have paved for me is the path to my higher version of myself, is the path to my highest version of myself. The path where I am seen and heard and loved. I release any fear or doubt. I release any fear or doubt that I am holding on to. I let go of all my worries and I give it to God. I give it to Source. Because when has God ever let you down? When has God ever let you down? It has always worked out. It has always worked out somehow, some way. You are a living miracle. If you actually look at how far you've came, you would understand this. You would understand that everything happened exactly the way it was supposed to, in perfect timing. Even the worst parts that you had to go through, even the most painful, traumatic situations that you had to go through, this was all a part of God's plan for you. Because there is no way that you would have got to this version of yourself without experiencing all this fucking karmic shit. There was no way you wouldn't have been able to alchemize everything without going through this. You transferred all of this lower vibrational energy and you turned it into something beautiful. Tell me that isn't God. Tell me God hasn't had your back this whole time. That's what I thought. Because look at how far you've came. You are a living testimony. You are a living miracle just by that. I'll wait. I used to hate when my teachers would say that. Transformation. Battle of the head versus the heart. You literally have transformed all this energy, all this lower vibrational energy into something meaningful, into a purpose. You turn your pain into purpose. Battle of your head versus your heart. See, and that's what I feel like. I feel like in your heart, you know that regardless, you're going to make it. You've already manifested everything that you desire in this life. Your higher self is already living this. And this is why you have such a strong urge and such a strong desire to live this life of abundance. It's because you were born abundant and you are going to die abundant. You were born abundant and you are going to die abundant. There's a version of yourself, your higher self, that's already living this version of yourself, that is already abundant, that has tapped into their abundance. Before all this conditioning and programming that you weren't abundant. You're always abundant. The only thing is you can be abundant in lack. Did you know that? You can be abundant in lack. It's just a matter of rewiring your brain to understand that you can shift that abundance from lack to luxury, to infinity, right? To infinite amount of resources, infinite amount of love, infinite amount of money, infinite amount of opportunity flowing to you at all times, and it is never ending. You can shift that from lack to love, right? Because in reality, this is all that it is. It's just a flow of love for all that is. Love is the answer. When they say love is the answer, love really is the answer. And it starts with loving yourself first, because you can't love anything around you if you don't love in here. Okay? I feel like you know that you're going to be successful either way, but the battle of the heart, the head versus the heart, I feel like your logic is getting in the way of this. You're trying to logically make sense of, okay, how is everything going to work out? How is this going to happen? When is this going to happen? It's like you're trying to figure it out, but you're not supposed to do that. You have to just flow. You have to be in this flow state where you just allow and you receive, and you're in your receptive mode. Right? Receiving wisdom, receiving experiences, receiving opportunities, putting in action to things that we're passionate about and things that we want. But you have to create that happy balance, that happy work-life balance. You can't put all this energy into your career or all this energy into your inner peace and your life on the side of work, right? There has to be that happy balance of action, right? Putting in action in your masculine energy, creating stuff, making things happen, and your receiving mode of relaxing. Stop worrying about everything. Don't put in action. Just allow yourself to receive. You have to create that happy balance. You have to be in that yin and yang state. Because that is the flow of the universe, is that yin and yang. There's the light and the dark, okay? That feminine and masculine energy, you have to balance that. You can't focus all of your attention on money and then neglect the feminine side of you that wants to just relax and receive and nurture and take care of yourself. But you also can't be too much in that feminine energy where you're not putting in any action. You're kind of just you're expecting the universe to just throw an opportunity at you, but you're not putting in any effort or any action to get closer to your goal. Which is why a lot of you could have been stagnant for years, because this is what you were doing. You were just saying, what's for me is meant for me. And then you weren't putting in any action towards a goal. That's not balance between your feminine and masculine energy. Now, the universe is totally on your side when it comes to that. If you put in action towards something and then you sit back and you let the universe do its job, because it's a two-way street, okay? Yeah, like the universe and you meeting each other halfway. That's how it works. You have to meet each other halfway. The universe is going to do its job to make it easier for you to get these opportunities and to bump into certain people that you're supposed to meet and to go through certain lessons that you're supposed to learn, okay? But then you also have to put in the work to manifest and co-create with the universe to get closer to your higher self, or else it's going to take so much longer than you want it to. But you also can't rush the process. Okay? It's about balance, okay? That temperance energy. Let go of the worry, let go of the how, let go of the when, and just relax. Okay? Everything is happening exactly on time, the way it's supposed to happen. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else, angels, spirit guides, ancestors, guides, guardian angels? Anything else that you would like to tell the collective? Rest. Rest. The Four of Swords. This could also be you overthinking, worrying too much, staying up at night, thinking about how, right? Trying to think about the how, when, where, with who. Trying to figure it all out. You're stressing too much about it. Live in the present moment, I'm hearing. Live in the present moment. So that way you can look back and know that you enjoyed every single day because you were fully present and you were fully there. The future hasn't happened yet, so you don't have to live in the future. You can live in the future when it comes. But live today. Don't live in the past. Don't live in the future. Just be so grateful that you're alive today and that you're able to create. The best part of life is that you can create anything that you want. That's the most fun, exciting part about living. Is that we can literally create whatever we want. It's just the fears and the fear of judgment that holds us back. So rest, meditate. Ease your mind. Whatever helps you to ease your mind in a healthy way. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else, angels? Ego death. Things coming to an end, I'm telling you. By next year, everything is going to look completely different. Your old life is dying. Your old self is dying. And that's why certain things just don't hit the same anymore. Certain people just don't resonate with you anymore. You don't relate to certain people anymore. You don't relate to certain environments. You don't feel connected to certain environments anymore. You don't feel like you belong in certain environments anymore. You know exactly what I'm talking about. However this is showing up in your life, you know what I'm talking about. The Sun. You're entering the highest timeline than you have ever experienced before. You have never experienced this high or this bright of a timeline before. You're going to be entering your winning season, I'm telling you. The most exciting, most fun, most happy, most creative time of your life. And this is just the beginning, I'm hearing. Like, this is literally year 1. This is just the beginning of this new era. This is only the beginning. Like, you have so much ahead of you. You don't even know. Let's see what the angels want you to surrender at this time. I was like, I wonder if I could shuffle in the air. I feel like a part of this timeline too, with the Sun coming out and this kid, that always stands out to me when I pull the Sun card, is like stepping into your inner child and like embracing your weirdness. Like, it's okay to be weird. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to be different. I feel like this collective could have been like really embarrassed to be their full self. Like, embarrassed to be the most authentic version of yourself, like the weirdness and everything that comes with you. But I feel like this is an era where you're supposed to just embrace everything, like all of you, even the weirdness that you've been ashamed to show. Surrender low self-esteem. Yes, being confident in your authenticity, right? In your real, true self. This is what I'm saying. It says you deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. I have something that I want you to do too, okay? Now, you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but I highly recommend it. So we're nearing the end of the year, December 31st. As a lot of you guys know, 13 is the number of endings, right? The death card is the number 13. It signifies endings, the end of cycles, coming to the end, right? Completion. Like technically we have 13 chakras. We have 13 months technically. We have 13 signs technically. So the 13 has always been a very spiritual number of completion. Even like with the menstrual phases, like every 13 days I think is like how your period follows like the moon cycle. So 13 has always been really relevant and very spiritual and a very feminine energy when it comes to endings. So December 31st, it's the number 13 backwards if you think about it. So that's going to be a portal within itself. Like not only is it the old year going into the new year, but it's literally 13 backwards. So it's literally a day of endings and a day of releasing what no longer serves you. So I highly recommend doing something like I seen something on TikTok and it was like writing down on a plate everything that you're letting go of, and you're letting it stay in the year of 2025, and you're releasing it and you're letting it go and you're not taking it with you. Writing it down on a plate and then breaking that plate. And this could literally be like, you don't have to do it like that. You can like write on a balloon and then pop the balloon, or like I know some people do like lanterns, right? Like writing down all your goals for the new year and then letting it float into the universe, right? But I do recommend doing some type of like release ritual like that. And then doing another ritual for like what you want to, what intentions you want to set for the new year, right? Like your New Year's goals. So I do feel like that is something that I highly recommend doing, because that is a very, especially on that day where it's a portal, and doing that type of like small ritual, very intentional, I do feel like that's going to accelerate your manifestations. Just a little tip. Surrender fear. It says, let go of the fearful stories you are telling yourself. Stay in the moment. Focus on solutions and celebrate every baby step forward. Yes. Don't just celebrate the big moments. Celebrate every baby step, because when you look back at it, like the first year of this whole journey you've been on, for a lot of you, 2020 was very significant. 2019 to 2021, I want to say, was very significant. And if you look back at like when you first started this spiritual journey, the first year, it would have looked like you made no progress. It would have looked like I feel like in every year, if you really broke it down, like if you looked at the year of 2021, it wouldn't really look like you made a lot of progress. If you looked at the year of 2022, it wouldn't really look like you made a lot of progress, you know? But if you look at it as a whole, like in these whole 5, 6, 7, I don't know, however long the spiritual journey has been for you, if you look at the whole of it and you look at day one to where you're at now, you're not the same person that you were. You have changed. There is nothing about you that is the same from that version of yourself. And that's exactly what I'm talking about, is that this is gradual. It's a gradual shift. You can't expect things to shift overnight, but the more consistent you are, eventually you're going to see that change somehow, right? And you're going to look back one day and be like, damn, I didn't even notice like how much I changed until I'm actually thinking about it right now, until I'm actually reflecting on it, right? Isn't that crazy? That's why I'm like, you don't even know where you're gonna be at, like, in fucking 20 years from now. Like, if you got this far in this short amount of time, imagine where you're gonna be at in 20 years. You're gonna be already living every desire that you wanted. Everything that you've been manifesting right now, you've already lived it. Like 20 years from now, you're setting new goals because you already accomplished all the goals that you've set and more. So you have to write down new goals as you go because you're just, it's like you're checking all the boxes. Surrender to prayer. It says, give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard throughout the universe, and answers and support will arrive. Okay? Don't forget to pray. Don't forget to pray when you start your day. Don't forget to pray in the middle of your day. Don't forget to pray when you go to sleep. Don't forget to pray over your food. Like, the more you pray, oh my gosh, the intentions you set when you pray are so powerful. I feel like a lot of people don't even realize, like, how powerful prayer actually is. Prayer is life-changing. Like, words are so powerful, and that's why you have to be very intentional and very careful with what you're saying. I feel like this year I've been so intentional, like, with what I speak on over my life, what I speak over other people's life, because words are so freaking powerful. And this is why when you pray, it's so powerful, because you're actually being intentional with what you're saying. We're not always intentional with what we say. We're not always conscious about what we say. So it's very important to always be aware, because we don't want to manifest anything that we don't want, right? Let's see what angels are with us in this reading to close this reading out. Spirit, what angels were with us in this reading today? What angels were with us in this reading today? Spirit, what angels were with us in this reading today? Oh. Okay, Seraphim, Seraphiel. It says, tune into the divine will, open to higher illumination. Right. Tapping into source, tapping into those higher dimensions, right? Communicating with your angels, paying attention to the signs, paying attention to your intuition, listening to your heart, right? Because usually our angels, spirit, God, talks to us through our own thoughts. So you have to be able to discern what is your intuition, what is your anxiety. This has been something that has been coming up a lot lately with, like, clients that I've been doing readings on. Like, the message of, like, being able to discern what 444, as I look at the time, you are highly protected. But being able to discern what is the difference between your anxiety and what is the difference between your intuition, because they feel very similar. But I always tell my clients, the only difference between your intuition and your anxiety is that your anxiety is loud and your intuition is usually really quiet. That's why you have to be quiet and listen to hear your intuition. But that's been a message that has been coming through really heavily to my clients and to the collective. All right, one more angel. Archangel Faith. It says, with faith, you are invincible. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, because you already are living the life that you want to live. I'm telling you. Your higher self is talking to you through me. I want you to know that your higher self has been with you your whole life since you were a child, okay? And the same thing with your inner child. Your inner child is with you your whole life as well. There is no such thing as past, present, future. That's an illusion. Time is an illusion. We're living every timeline at the same time. That's why your higher self is coming through right now. And that's why you've been nurturing your inner child, because your inner child is always there. That little girl is always there. Because there's no past, present, or future. It's all happening at the same time. The moments where you felt as a kid that nobody was there, nobody was guiding you, your higher self, and this present version of you as well, was always with him or her the whole time. If you know, you know. That's for a whole different conversation. We get a little too deep here. But if you're woke, then you know what I'm talking about. But maybe that can be like a different video for another time, because I can talk on and on and on about how crazy this dream is. Because we are dreaming. This is all a dream. That's why I'm like, just create what you want to create. Just be who you want to be, because we're not here for long. And then when you wake up from this dream, you're going to be like, wow, I was dreaming that whole time. Wow. I could have made the most of my dream. Like, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. But again, that's a whole different conversation for another time, okay? I love you guys so much. If you like the reading, I know I was like blabbing the whole time, but a little yap session never hurts anybody, you know? Like, and it was all intentional. It was very intentional what I was telling you and what was coming through. I mean, I feel like it came out for a reason, you know? Nothing is coincidental. Like, the angels were using me to speak through me. So I feel like whatever came out, it was meant to be said. But I do hope that this helped you in some way, shape, or form. And yeah, it's been a minute since I've been on here. I'm going to try to be more consistent again. I keep falling off and then coming back on here. So I'm going to try to be more consistent. Like the video if you liked it. Leave a comment down below. I feel like that always motivates me more to come back on here, is when I get what's the word, like, I forgot. That's how much I'm not on here. But like when I get like those comments and those likes, it's confirmation for me that I'm supposed to be doing this, you know? So yeah, that's highly appreciated always. And if you want to follow me on my other platforms, my username is the same at Jada the High Priestess on TikTok, Instagram, and on YouTube. So go ahead and subscribe to me if you haven't already subscribed to me. And as always, I love you so much, and I'm wishing you the best in stepping into this new era. I really feel like this is the year for us. This is the year for the chosen ones. Okay? I love you guys so much.